penicillin. In 1929, Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of disease-causing bacteria. Suddenly he found the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plates. He observed that the presence of these mold prevent the growth of bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of these bacteria. So from this mold was penicillin, and he assumed that there is something which is produced by this mold which can protect the growth of bacteria or which can kill the bacteria. So in this way, this antibiotic penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming. Precautions while administering antibiotics or while taking antibiotics. It is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. We cannot take these antibiotics of our own. Also, you must finish the course prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotics when not required or needed, it may make the drug less effective when you might need it actually. So this is very important that doctor should prescribe. You should not take this antibiotic of your own. Also, antibiotic take unnecessarily may kill the bacteria which are beneficial to your body or to your gut. It is also affecting our liver, because liver has to take out the antibiotic which is not used by the body from the body. It has to be taken out. So it is very difficult for liver to take it out or process this antibiotic. So antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu, as these are caused by virus. Now the question arises, why antibiotics do not work against viruses? Because viruses are having entirely different mode of reproduction. They do not form any cell wall. That is why antibiotic will not affect the reproduction of viruses. So it will be ineffective against viruses. Well, students, there is another method to prevent us against diseases, that is vaccination. Now, you might have been vaccinated against so many diseases from your childhood, such as you might have been given BCG against the tuberculosis, diphtheria, DPT against diphtheria, uh, polio vaccine against polio, and so on. So in this way, you have been vaccinated time to time. When a disease carrying microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invaders. Invader means disease carrying pathogens. The body also remembers how to fight the microbe if it enter again into our body. So if dead or weakened microbes are introduced in a healthy body, the body fights and kills them by producing suitable antibodies. The antibodies remains in the body and prevent prevent us from diseases. We are protected from the disease causing microbes. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases such as cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Children are given injections to protect themselves against several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis, and are prevented by vaccination. Children are given injections to protect them against several diseases. Necessarily, vaccines are available in hospitals. These are polio drops. Vaccination are given to children for protection against polio under Plus Polio program. Polio drops are given to children are actually a vaccine. This is called oral vaccination. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect human and other animals from several diseases. Increasing soil fertility. This is done by a process which is called nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen is one of the essential components for preparation of proteins by plants. Although there is 78% of nitrogen present in atmosphere which we breathe in along with oxygen, but our body takes it out as such. We cannot use it for preparation of proteins in our body. So this nitrogen has to be converted into nitrogen containing compounds which can be obtained by our body from the plants or animal sources as food. So this atmospheric nitrogen is fixed by some microorganisms. Some bacteria and blue algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil and nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. The best example of such microbe is rhizobium. These are the bacteria which are present in the roots of leguminous plants, and these stay there in symbiotic existence and fix the nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen, and give it to the plant. This is one of important role of microbes for increasing the soil fertility. Help in cleaning the environment. Microbes also help in cleaning the environment because they are one of the important component of our ecosystem. These microbes, they decompose the dead organism. This earth will be a big garbage dump in the absence of these microbes. Can you imagine the organisms which are dying in our surrounding and the dead plants? If they will not be decomposed by these microorganisms, this earth will be a big garbage dump. So microbes replenish our soil by returning back the nutrients to the soil. Microbes decompose these matters, organic waste, and break down it into useful components which go back to the soil, and in this way increase the fertility of soil or replenish the soil. Thank you, students. Today we studied about the friendly microbes and how they benefit us. There are many fields where they are very helpful to us. So go through the slides and study it well. Stay safe, stay at home. Thank you, students.